Hello friends, welcome back to Rose Tarot and Astrology. This is your tarot reading for Sunday, October 29, 2023. I am your host, Mel Rose. And while we're getting ready, while I shuffle these cards, I just want to remind you that the sun is in Scorpio. And we had a full moon and lunar eclipse in Taurus last night. So the vibes have been pretty intense. Mercury and Mars have not been helping. They've been making things kind of action oriented, where we want to, sort of tell people what's on our minds, and we got to be careful with our intentions, to not necessarily be brutal with our honesty when we have to tell somebody the truth, right? There's being brutally honest, and then there's just, having compassion for someone while you tell them what you think and how you feel. So there's that. And then, with Taurus in the waning phase now, it's really nice opportunity to kick back and relax a little bit, reflect on how this past week or so have gone for you, and, enjoy the comforts of home, enjoy the little things, and enjoy the presence of the people that you like to keep close at this time. Okay, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a couple of cards here. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups. So this is about, walking away from emotional emotional ways of being that no longer work for us. Walking away from maybe an emotional investment we made that didn't stack up to be everything we thought it could be, right? So this is a moment where you sort of put your love and investment into something, and we've all been through these times where we invest our heart, our joy, our enthusiasm, our love in a person, place, or thing, a project, or something like that. And it just, while we're doing it, we realize it isn't going to be the satisfactory thing that we thought it was going to be. And instead of, worrying about it, instead of sort of kvetching over like whether I should stay and finish the process or go on, it's like the moment you realize it, you're like, okay, I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to cut this loss out and walk away and go in search of something more satisfying, right? I have a wish and it is not being fulfilled here. I have an idea what the return on my emotional investment should be, and it's not going to come to me in this situation. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on, right? Knowing you can't take what you invested with you, knowing you have to cut it as a loss, but also that you have a bottomless well of love and joy and enthusiasm and personal investment to give in something that, shares more promise in terms of what you should receive, you feel you should receive for your investment. And then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords, I think this king is interesting. The swords are very much about our thoughts, plans, and words. And I think it's interesting the way the sword, which is sort of the symbol for the thoughts, plans, and words, is, he's holding it sort of across the side of his face, and it symbolically goes right through his head. So it's as though he has a really fixed idea. He really knows what it is that he wants. He knows what the plan is, and he knows what is the sort of right judgment. The King of Swords, I think, could almost double as the major arcana card, Justice, because he's really weighing the options and trying to do the best he can, for himself, for his family. He's also a king, though, so there are more people than that who sort of rely on him to show up and be his best. So this King of Swords shows up to be his best. And sometimes, it's that thing that helps us move on, right? It's this sort of fixed idea of what this is going to look like. Like, okay, ideally, here's this situation, here's this person, place, thing, project. Here's the situation. I'm going to have to give a lot of my, and put a lot of care into building, and it's going to involve collaboration. It's going to involve, my relationships with other people, working to build something that's going to be satisfying, not just for myself, but for other people. And I've got this really specific fixed idea in my mind, what the payoff is going to look like for me, if I make this investment. And when I start making this investment and I see, and they're thinking, okay, so I'm going to make this investment. It feels like a smart one, But when they get to the point where they see it's not really stacking up to what they thought it was going to be, they just, you know, they make the cut. There's the sword, right? The sword tells the truth, and the truth is, this isn't working for me. I've got to go, okay? And it's not just I've got to go for selfish reasons either. That, you know, it's I've got to go because there are people relying on me. I have to go because I have more to consider than just myself and my own satisfaction. My wish fulfillment involves, you know, involves sort of a wish fulfillment for a whole group of people. So, you know, I definitely have to be willing and able to make that cut when the time comes, right? Because it's not just me hanging out here trying to get some satisfaction. I'm trying to, you know, build something that's fulfilling for, you know, myself, my family, my cohorts, my community, my nation. Yeah. All right. So I think that's all I have to say about it today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that notifications bell so you can be notified every time I put up more astrology or tarot content, which is like every day. So yes, thank you for being here as always, and I'll see you in the next video.